Hello friends, welcome to the channel. So this is the first video of my YouTube channel. If I make any of the mistakes during this video, please let me know in the comment box. And as you can see on the screen, what's the theme of my video? So the current video that I am making over here is how to become a chartered accountant. Basically, in this what I will be telling you. What is the process to become a chartered accountant? What course do you need to do to become a chartered accountant? And also I'll be solving many of your doubts that you will be having in your mind, many of the questions that may be there in your brains, and also many of the thoughts that would have been given to you by your relatives or many people about chartered accountancy. So one of the basic themes or many things that people say. So first of all, coming, what is a chartered accountant? So chartered accountant is basically a course or a professional degree for commerce students. So if you are a commerce stream student, so you will be knowing what a chartered accountant is, and you will be more interested. Okay. Now, if you're a commerce student, you're doing your class 11th, 12th, 11th and 12th through commerce stream, then many people will say you that chartered accountancy is a too tough course. Go for MBA, and that is very equivalent to chartered accountancy. What you gain in a CA is equivalent to a MBA, but this is not at all true. Let me make you clear at the initiation of the video only, because later on the people will come that an MBA is equivalent to a chartered accountant. I will say no, strictly no. Only a MBA from an IIM is more than or equivalent to a chartered accountant. But I don't think any other student or any other institute would produce a MBA better than a chartered accountant. Okay. Now, first point, how to become a chartered accountant. So many of you will think I need to go to some college to become a chartered accountant. I may be needed to go to some institute or some any other coachings to become a chartered accountant. So first question, let us see what's the first. So let us see that who is a chartered accountant. So if we come to know who is a chartered accountant, we will be able to understand how how or where to go to become a chartered accountant. Basically, who is a chartered accountant? I'll tell you in a brief way. So suppose if I am a chartered accountant, my name is CA Vishal Nandwar. So when I say I am CA, I am a chartered accountant, I have an association with the professional institute. So what is that professional institute? The name of that institute is ICAI. It's the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So basically, any person that becomes CA has to be registered with ICAI. Okay. And any person who aspires to become a CA has to clear the module or the curriculum set up by the ICAI to become a chartered accountant. So let us see what is ICAI. It's a statutory body. So if I say statutory body, it is set up by an act of parliament. It has its own rules, bylaws, regulations, bodies, governing structure, everything. And it is the ICAI that conducts the exam or guides the whole study structure for you to become a chartered accountant. So anyone who wants to become a chartered accountant has to go to ICAI, register himself, pass through the curriculums set up by the ICAI, and only then you will be able to become a chartered accountant. One more thing, It is said that CA is a very tough course, it's a very long course, but I'll make you clear, it's not a graduate or any kind of postgraduate degree. It is not recognized at graduate as a graduate degree at any places. So as you say that BCom, if you have done BCom, you would be a graduate person, but if you have done CA, you are not a graduate person. Okay. Now, a person who is a chartered accountant can use a prefix and designation for his name. As we say, someone is a doctor, so he may write himself as Dr. Ajay or Dr. XYZ. Similarly, if a person is a chartered accountant, he can write himself as CA and then his name. So that gives a very different identity in the society. It's a very respected profession, and it has its own social status in the society. Now, we know that to become a chartered accountant, we will have to go through a professional institute. It is not a graduate degree, so definitely if you are doing CA, you will have to go for graduation along with it. You will have to enroll in some private curriculum or in some of the private universities or in some open universities to become a graduate. Now, if you are aspiring to become a chartered accountant, or if anyone wants to become a chartered accountant, the million dollar question or the basic question that comes to everyone's mind is how much I will earn. Because at the end of the day, money is honey. Yes, money is honey for everything. So, what is if I am investing my 5 years to become a chartered accountant? What I will earn? What will my status after 5 years? And what will be my life at the end of my career? So, for that, let us see. So, basically, if you complete your chartered accountancy and you become a chartered accountant, then one of the exclusive powers or the biggest power that you will get, that is auditing. What does audit means? You sign any financial statements and they will be audited. So if you are a chartered accountant, you have a license or say a practicing license, or in technical terms we call it COP. You sign any of the financial statements, then that financial statement will be called a audited financial statement. Okay, so any financial statement signed by a chartered accountant would be called a audited financial statements. What does this mean? You sign as a brand and yourself. You have turned out to be a brand. We all know we would have earned heard somewhere or at any other place that we need an audited report, we need an audit copy, we need a copy of audit, we want the records to be audited. So this is what comes by becoming a chartered accountant, the power of auditing. Because you see, in India, it's only CA who can sign an income tax audit report, a Companies Act audit report, or there are few bank audit or bank report. Banks they want reports in certain formats. There are many requirements, so it is only chartered accountant that is believed. It is his sign that makes any document a audited document. So what you will gain by becoming a chartered accountant, you will be the only and the sole person to sign the audit reports. By sole person means it is only the community that can sign a document to make it a audited document. Now, don't come and argue with me that CM is also signed or company secretary is also signed. So they also have the audit power. So they have audit power under their own profession, and that is a limited area. Financial statements are for each and every entity. Like a company secretary may sign only company records or a secretarial audit. Now, a secretarial audit will not be applicable to a partnership firm. Similarly, a CMA, a cost accountant, would sign only cost records. Now cost records will not be applicable to a trading entity. Okay, so don't come and argue that these all people also have the power. What I'm talking, the power of auditing that has been given to the chartered accountant has a wide arena. It's applicable in each and every sphere of the economy. There is no organization or institutions whose financials could not be signed by a chartered accountant to make them audited. Okay, this is what I was talking about, your core or exclusive domain. So if you come into this core or exclusive domain, how do you come? You become a chartered accountant, you gain a certificate of practice, then you work as an individual professional. So when I say you work as a professional, it is similar to the way the lawyers work. Many of us might not have seen any chartered accountant working. Maybe we are belonging to a family where we are going to be the first chartered accountant, or we are belonging to small cities where we don't have such a big business quantum to see chartered accountants. That's why I'm telling you with an example that if a chartered accountant is in practice, it is similar to a lawyer practicing. Similar to the ways lawyer practice, what does a lawyer do? He has its own office, he has its own client. The client gives him the work, he performs for them. A lawyer appears in the court. What does a chartered accountant do? He he works from them, he prepares their reports and signs them. So he is an independent practitioner. So what is this? If you are in the domain of auditing, you need to have a certificate of practice. Definitely you will have your own offices, or you will collab with some of the firms or partnership firms. In that way you are going to practice. So you are the master of your own boss. So you are your own boss, I can say. Now if you now those people who are thinking, I am my own boss, I will be able to work less and earn more, that's not the case, man. You have to work hard to earn your living, and when it's your responsibility, you definitely need to work more than the expected efforts. Fine over here. So this was what the arena of practicing. Now let's come to the second point. What if I become a chartered accountant? I don't want to practice. I don't want to have the headache that where will I get the client? I will have to answer the client. I have to take this risk. I have to travel there or anything. Maybe I'm a person who does not have the caliber to handle the clients or get the clients or to extract my money. Any problem. So what is the second option? Second option is job. Believe me, these both are competitive. It is not that this is above job profession or jobs are above the auditing profession. It is not. Both are the competitive sectors. Both of them have their own pros and cons, and a person chooses each of his field or sector basis his own requirements, set of skills, and the value he gets in each sector definitely. Okay, so if you go to a job, suppose you have become a chartered accountant, I go to a job. What I am getting, I'm working as an analyst. I work as an analyst with big names of the world. The so-called the gloomy names that you would have heard from your cousins, elder brothers like JP Morgan, like Barclays, or like suggest me some investment banker, Morgan Stanley, or anything. So if you become a chartered accountant, you work at the position of analyst, senior analyst, or associate analyst. The names or the designation may vary again over here. Don't argue to me. So if you work for these banks, we know these are the big banks. They are American based, they are European based, or any other continent based. So why they have offices in India? We know the front offices are based in America, UK, Europe, but they have very complex financial reporting requirements. So what these big institutions have done, they've set up their back offices in India. So they have their back office. Now they have very Now these institutions, since they work or they survive in the economy of US, UK, Europe, anything, so they have some complex financial reporting requirements. Maybe they are required to report weekly, monthly, quarterly, fortnightly. For this purpose, they hire Indian chartered accountant. You work with these big names, and you work in their offices, and you directly prepare their reports to be filed in their own country. That's where you work. So one thing that you can see, you are working for the big names, you are working on their reports, and second and the last thing that we can see is that they find the Indian chartered accountant capable and caliber enough to serve their requirements and fulfill their reporting responsibilities in the other countries as well. And by working with them, you definitely have a chance to go to their head offices or their front office locations wherever they are, maybe USA, UK, New York, anywhere. So one is this option, you go into job, you work as an analyst. Second is of financial reporting. So what does financial reporting means? Say we have very big companies in India, so let's say Reliance Group is there, or say Tata Group is there. Now these are very big entities. So if you require someone person as chartered accountant to audit their financial, so definitely you will require a CA to prepare their financials. So you become a part of their financial reporting team. So their financial reporting teams are not small. There may be 200 people or sometimes maybe even 400 people working in their financial reporting team. You prepare a part of the financial statement. A part of the financial statement means, since in your most of the people watching this video might be in class 12th or might be under graduation or be just graduate. So financial statements basically mean a balance sheet, a P&L, a cash flow, notes to accounts, and few reports, whatever we may be as per law. So these people take out their each and every individual area, say basis or department unit, and they prepare this data for financial reporting purposes. So in this way, you could turn out to be uh, you work out in a financial reporting department. Fourth option, teaching, which I am doing over here. We all know teaching industry has a big potential in India. We have the latest example of physics wala. You have a person, your ears are hearing to a person who is trying to teach you, who is trying his best efforts to be put on over there. So definitely you become a chartered accountant, you can come to a teaching arena. There are many subjects, there are many options, and there are many fields study. It is not just the subjects included in the chartered accountancy, it is beyond that. You may become a expert and you work as a tax faculty in one of the known institutes. You may become an audit expert, you start teaching audits in institutes, or anything can be. Now fifth option, consultancy. Now consultancy, how does a consultant works? Now I teach this consultancy by taking a comparison with the audit profession. So in audit, if you are signing or something that this is correct, if you audit something, then definitely you tell this is correct or this is correct data. At the end of the day, it does not turn out to be correct. What will happen? There can be some consequences against you. So what do people do? They work in the arena of consultancy. Now, consultancy is a huge and growing sector. We have seen a huge growth in consultancy after the coming of GST. See, there are many complex transactions being taken in the market. complex transactions, maybe in terms of law compliance, or by nature, say big real estate transactions are there, or there may be tax complications. So in that case, what you can do, you can work as a consultant. You work as a consultant, you provide your views or your consultancy or your study reports to the big corporates or the person coming to you. You provide your opinion on the complex situations, complex transactions, and in that way a consultant works. So this is also one of the greatest area of development in the profession right now, and even our consultancy is considered as a good consultancy, and a far above benchmark level is considered in Indian consultancy. And now we are providing consultancy services to other countries also. How are we providing? There are many organizations that have set up their front offices in US, UK, Europe, and they have back offices in India, wherein the back office team works on all the data received from the client. They compile it, they prepare the report, and they provide a final conclusion or the consultancy to the front office in the other country. In this way, consultancy is also being outsourced. Now, last option, banking, the most favorite option and topic for our parents, relatives, and anyone. Any person will say, "Oh, you are in a bank, you are in a very good position," or you are having a very good life since you are working in a bank. Or some people might be having a myth that banking life is a very good life. So if you become a chartered accountant, definitely you have a chance to go to this good life of banking. How? You work as a credit manager, you work as a relationship manager, you can even work as a financial reporting expert, you can work on the RBI reports or any of the arena. And one more thing, this not okay. So you can work as a credit manager, relationship manager, a financial reporting expert, in RBI reporting requirements, or you can be in any of the top management positions or whatever can be. Okay. Now, one thing that I missed in the 6 points or anything I missed over here is something of great value, which most of the people in our country might find it to be very lucrative. The seventh option, capital markets. The CA is a course that will give you understanding of each and every aspect of the financial statements of a company. I told you, we are known for our core and exclusive area of the auditing. Once you become a CA, you will be able to understand any minute detail of a financial statement. If you are able to get an annual report of a company in your hand, you will be able to extract more details than what a normal or a layman person would be able to. And once you do a CA, you also go through a course of financial management where you are taught about all the instruments that are used in the capital markets, how do a capital market run, what are the factors that affect the capital market, what all studies are to be done to study the price of a share, and many things. So the people who are finding the capital markets as the most gloomy area, or who want to go to capital markets to explore them, or who have really thought that I want to be in the share trading, or who have some mind that I want to go in the capital market, please, you are welcome to CA. You're welcome to our profession of chartered accountancy. Please do come and do. It will be a great help for you if you aspire to go in this area. One more thing that I have skipped over here, and I think I added in this slide, but I forgot to add it, and which might be of very important to you. Might be this choice affects many of your decision to come to chartered accountancy, and you may also find it gloomy to come through this course. The option that I have forgotten over here to add is, let me add at 7th point only. That was Capital market. Now the eighth point that is very important over here. That is further studies. Further studies. So many of us might be planning that I need to do MBA from a foreign university. I want to do my masters from a foreign university, or there might be people like me who would be planning to do UPSC. So for them also chartered accountancy is a very good course and a very nice course. See, as I told you that C at the starting of this video, that CA is not a graduate degree. I don't know why it is not considered as a graduate degree as per the Universities Act, but the fact is a fact. It is not a graduate degree. So once a person starts doing CA, all have been smart enough to do their graduations like BCom along with the CA. They enroll in some private institutes or open universities and complete their graduation also. But being a CA makes a big difference. Once you do a CA, you are a very different man. So if you have done CA, you are a graduate with BCom. You go to any of the foreign universities for the application of the course, you are counted above a person, above a normal graduate person. So this raises your level. This automatically raises your level. And if I compare the knowledge that a BCom student might be having, I can really say if it's 10 for a BCom, it's 100 for a CA. So there is a 10 times or even more than that in the difference of the knowledge that you will gain by becoming a CA. If you become a CA, you are a graduate, you go to any foreign university for the admission, they will say, sir, please come, you are most welcome. Okay, now for this UPSC, some of you like me, as I had dreamed to be a civil servant, I attempted UPSC after cracking my CAs only, after completing my CA final only. So why going through a CA and then going to a UPSC is good? Let me tell you. So suppose if you do a graduation, if you go to BCom, so if it's a good college, might be you will be able to complete in 21 years. If you are 18 right now, at the at 18 you complete your 12 and plus 3 years you take to complete your graduation. So at the age of 21, you might be a graduate, or say in some people it may be 22 even. So at the age of 22 you are a graduate. But tell me, as per the situations prevailing in our economy or around the world, is a commerce graduate degree for enough for you to gain a job? Job means a standard job, not a job like a 10k or 15k. Standard job of like 80 to 90k of per month. Will a normal graduate student be able to get that job? I think no. Very rare and hard to believe. But at the same time, if you are doing a CA at the age of 18 or say 19, you start the CA. 4.5 years is the duration of CA. Suppose you completed in 4 years also. So at the age of 24, you are a CA. And do we know what's the average or the starting package for each of this post or profession? It's around 9 to 10 lakhs. I'm talking about the starting pay. I'm not talking about the highest pay. I'm talking about the starting pay that an average chartered accountant gets. All the average chartered accountant gets this pay. 8 to 9k, sorry, 9 to 10k is around like 75 to 80k per month, which is really reasonable to take off your expenses. properly. So at the so if you are a commerce graduate at 22, you start your UPSC preparations, and you are just a commerce graduate. So as per my experience, it takes 2 years for you to prepare for UPSC. Then in these 2 years, if you clear at the age of 24, it's well and good. But if you don't clear, you will definitely think I should give one more attempt or two more attempts. Like you turn out to be 25 and then you say, oh, I cannot do it. I should return to job. Now a commerce graduate will not get a good job because your first job is counted on the basis of your hard skills. Your hard skills only a commerce graduate degree. Whereas if you are a CA, definitely if you were a commerce graduate, you would not have a lot amount of knowledge as compared to what a CA would be having. So if you are a CA, you start your UPSC preparation at the age of 24 plus 2 at 26 you give your first attempt. If you clear it, well and good. If you don't clear it, plus 1 at 27. Even if at 27 years of you are not able to clear it, you go back to your CA industry. There are huge demand for CA. There is a huge demand. There is a huge shortage for the CAs, and you will definitely get this package again, no matter what the conditions are. Even if I decrease it by 10% also, like 8 lakhs per annum, that will be a handsome salary for you to start. And once you start, sky's the limit for the chartered accountant to learn. I'm telling you, my friends who had completed CA with me, today we stand at 4 years of experience, and the average pay of each of them is around 18 lakhs to 20 lakhs. It will go and it will grow each year. It will grow each year with each year of experience that you are going to gain. So definitely, once you become a chartered accountant, money is not the problem. Money is not going to be the problem. It is your passion that will decide how much you earn, how much you grab. That is the rule over here. Okay. So I think I'm very clear that if you become a chartered accountant, what all things you can do, what all areas you can work, and definitely if I have missed any of the areas to be included over here, and you have doubt, if you have a area in mind which I have not discussed over here wherein a chartered accountant can work, do comment in the comment box and I will discuss it in the next video definitely with you. Okay, now let's come. So we have already seen that how to become a chartered accountant was our topic. Who is a chartered accountant? It's a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Who is ICAI? So if you are planning to become a chartered accountant, all godfathers for you is only ICAI. Okay. If you are planning to become a chartered accountant, you become a chartered accountant, then the bond between you and ICAI will never break. It will be there with you till the last breath of your life. That is the importance of this institute. And I'll tell you what is the benefit and how good this institute is in our upcoming videos. Now, what is the scope for chartered accountancy? I have already told you. I have already compared with MBA in what arenas you can work, how you can work, what on you can work. I've discussed a list of few sectors over here. There can be many other sectors lying hidden behind this curtain. So you can please ping me in the comment box. Let me know if you want me to discuss on any of these sectors. Now, why should I become a chartered accountant? So this was scope. What is the scope? If I become, what will I be able to do? Now, there might be persons who would be still saying that I can work in this area even after doing an MBA, or I can work in this area even after doing another profession. But why to become a chartered accountant? First thing and foremost, economy. Hold on a minute. Just give me 1 minute. Yes. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. I lost my throat. That's why I had to take a break. Now, coming on to a topic, why should I become a chartered accountant? So, why I am taking this video? So, there might be people who are still having a confusion between a CA or any other course, or say their friend might be going somewhere else, and that's why their mind is tangling in that way that I should go with the choice of my friend. So, therefore, I wish to explore this. I wish to help them in a way that they should measure all the courses on this guidelines. They should see what is what is to be evaluated for each of the course to be gone or to be chosen. First thing, economy of the course. When I mean the economy of the course, I mean what is the total cost that I will incur to get this course. What's the total cost? So if I think blindly, cost of going to IIM might be 10 lakhs. I don't have any exact figures, but as far as I know, that for going to an IIM, people go to some big or gloomy coaching institutes, spend a lot of money over there, and then IIM fees is also skyrocketing. Fees, or say you would go to any other universities, wherein you will at the end spend up paying this much amount, or even half of that. Let's see. My course is very competitive. I can even challenge a half amount also. Let's see. So let's see what I mean by the economy of the course. By economy of the course, I mean what is the total fees that you will pay? What is the cost you will incur? So let's go to our ICI's website. Oh, no need to go. I have this prospectus for CA open, so I think it might be there over here. Let's see if it's there. Oh, sorry, I cannot find it in this, so I will show you. I have downloaded details of the fees of this course. Okay, hold a minute. Yeah, this is there. So in CA you have three stages, that is the foundation, intermediate and CA final. So if I take the fees, that is 9800, 18,000 and 22,000. Okay, so let's add up over here whatever your fees was. No, it's not going. Okay, so if it's 9800, 18,000 and 22,000, and let's say a 25,000 extra for some trainings and other costs that you may incur, which might not be mentioned over there. Even I am taking this at the higher side. So 22 plus 18, 40, 49, 800 and 74, 800. Let's approximate to 76,000. What is this? This is the total amount of fees that you will be paying to Institute of Chartered Accountants of India during your whole CA curriculum of 4.5 years. Okay, this is the registration fees, totally registration fees. Apart from this, you have exam fees also. So even if I add up that amount at all the three levels, it will not go beyond 5,000. That's it. Well, let's say I'm not having any idea. So even if I take it to 25,000 also, I will not cross, I will go around 1 lakh rupees as the fees or the registration fees to be paid to ICA. And you know what? You need not pay this 1 lakh rupees at the one go. You pay this amount at the stages you pass. So suppose if you are a 12th class student, you aspire to become a chartered accountant, the first fee that you will have to pay is 9800 only for your CA foundation registration. So this is purely the fees of ICAI, the professional institute which governs the CA course, which conducts the exam, which will guide you. The CA curriculum is whatever is there. So this is purely the fees. Now you may go to some coaching institutes, any of the private coaching institutes you will go. So might be there you incur some fees, and even if you take the fees of that institutes as 1,50,000, total cost of my course will go to 2,50,000 only. See, I have taken this cost at a very high side, very high side, very high side. I tell you, I can reduce this amount to, I think when I did CA 4 years ago, I completed my CA in 1,20,000. That was the total cost of my course, including the registration fees, coaching fees, and any other kind of fees that I had to incur. So this was my own cost. And when did I start my CA? I started my CA in May 2014, and I ended up completing my CA in January 2019. That was my second attempt for the CA finals. So during this 5 years, I had to incur 1,20,000 on my CA coaching fees, registration fees, exam fees to institute, and any other kind of cost. So this is the maximum. So you can very well understand on how much higher side I have considered this amount. This is the total amount. Now, this is the cost that you will pay. There is a very good thing in CA course, that is the practical training. So you have a 3 years of practical training, and during these 3 years you are paid a stipend. So since I have taken this at the higher side, let's take this also at the higher side. And suppose you are doing articleship from big four firms. Let's say, let's talk big. If you are talking big over here, let's talk big over here. So if you're doing your articleship from big four firms, your per month stipend would be 15,000 per month, and 15,000 divided into 36. So for 3 years you would be doing, so definitely a good amount. So for 10 months you get 1,50,000, 20 months 3 lakh, and 30 months you will get 4,50,000. Okay, let's keep 6 months aside. There you may take leave for studies. So this is what you will earn, and this is what you will pay to do the course. Oh my god, you are earning for doing the course. There can't be any other educational institute in India wherein you get earned for studying. So you see what is the economy of this course, how much I gain the knowledge, what is my knowledge level, what is the pay I get after completing the course, and what I am learning while doing this course. Now, one more thing I would like to say, this economy of the course to middle class people definitely, or a middle class boy or a responsible individual of the family will definitely see over this option very carefully. One thing, this course is very economical. Now, even if there can be a situation that the person that you might not be able to bear this cost also. Say 76,000 of ICI's fees, you are not able to bear it. So what ICI is doing, ICI is running various kinds of scholarship programs wherein they provide help to the needy and required students. So if you are not even able to bear this cost, you can go to ICI. There's certain criteria, agenda, and a chain of authority through which they grant the scholarships. So even you can avail that, and you can even overcome this cost if you get fitted in that criteria. Now the world is tech savvy, so ICI has various schemes also. There is a scheme for laptop. So if you want a laptop at subsidized price, ICI would provide you, and many other things they are providing at subsidized price. So you can just go to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Just type in the Google ICAI and go to ICA. There will be many options below. Go to icai.org. This is the official website of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Just go there, explore whatever is there. and you will come to know how good this institute is in terms of training students, building out the chartered accountants, building the persons who are the partners in nation building. Yeah, so you should really consider the economy of the course. If you know that money has to be a very big restraint on your studies, or this has to be very, there are no extra limits for you in the terms of money, please come to chartered accountancy. It does not takes money, but it takes brains, hard efforts, and your dedication. Nothing else other than that. And really, you will be awarded for this dedication, hard work, and your spirits in this course, in this profession. Okay. So why to become a chartered accountant? The first question was about money. It's Indian brains. We always measure everything on the basis of money. So that's why I measured this course in the first part on the basis of money only. Alright, fine. Let's move to the second topic, dynamic professional. So once you become a chartered accountant, it is not like that your studies gets over at the day you become a chartered accountant. You keep studying, you keep learning throughout your life, because the law keeps changing, the government keeps changing, the rules keep changing, and every day you learn something new. You across various cases, various situations which you would be the first one to face. Even no one in the world would have to face such situations. There can be complex reportings and many things. So it will keep you as a dynamic professional. And one thing I'll tell you, despite being the dynamic professional, you will always be a young professional. So how you will be a young professional? See, I told you we have a core and exclusive domain of auditing, wherein we get a COP, certificate of practice, we sign financials, okay? So what happens, how you will be a dynamic professional and a young professional, I'm explaining this point, okay? So what happens, once you enroll for CA, suppose you enroll for CA, enroll for CA, you clear CA foundation, you clear your intermediate, and after this, what you do, you go on a 3 years of training. 3 years of training. Where do you go this training? We go this training under a CA. It's a person who is practicing his profession. We go this training under that person. Now what happens? At this stage when you are going for training, you might be say 19 years of age or say 20 years of age. Now this professional can be of any age bracket. Say he is 40 years of age. Say he might be 55 years of age. He can be even 60. The more the age of a chartered accountant, the more experienced he is, and the more sharpened his skills are. Believe me, as you grow by age, you grow by knowledge, you go by your skills, you grow by your creativity after being a chartered accountant. So, and of course, there is no retirement limit for a chartered accountant. This is very short thing. So, this 19 to 20 years person is working, suppose say, under this 60 years old chartered accountant. So it is well said that you are known by the company you keep. Definitely, you will learn a lot from this person, but by being around the young persons or young mind, this persons also learn a lot of from us. So this way, you will always remain a dynamic professional. And I'm not joking about this. I'm not joking about this. You go to, so I'll just explain you by a short example how dynamic or young you can be by being in the sector. And if you think that just by working with a 19 to 20 years guy, this person will be a dynamic or a good or a knowledgeable person. If you're making a fun of that, I'll just explain you by a small example. You might all have seen a government office. So, a government office is there, or say a private company is there. Anything's there. Go and see a 55-year-old person working over there. So this person, if you see, is very less adaptive, and he may even not know how to use a computer. How to use a computer. That might be the case. Or sometimes, in the very weird circumstances, some people might even not know how to use a mobile phone. But you go to a chartered accountant's office. Even if at this age they are well aware with all the latest functionalities of the computer systems, latest functionalities of the Microsoft Excel, they are very expert in using their phones and technologies and being tech savvy. How do they do that? They learn from this young minds. They learn from this young minds. Or I say these young minds make these young minds teach them to make their work easy with them. So in any ways, it's you who are going to benefit once you turn out to be at this age. Okay. Now, growing sector. As I told you, the average salary of a starting chartered accountant is 9 to 10 lakhs, and it is bound to grow beyond limits. There's no limit for this salary. Now, growing sector. In the past few years, it has been seen that the quality of Indian chartered accountants is very sound and good. It is as per the international standards. So the Indian chartered accountant has international standards. He can work in any country. It has been observed that. And there is very much growing demand in this sector. A highly growing demand. So if I say you that from 2000 to 2010, the growth was due to IT industries. Now 2021 to 2030, the growth would be due to KPO industry. That is the knowledge process outsourcing industry. And who are the knowledgeable persons? Yes, we. We are a major contributor of the knowledge. In past 1 to 2 years, it has been seen that global delivery centers. What do I mean by global delivery? Back office. There are many companies that are opening their back offices in India because they know the power of Indian brains. Everyone wants an Indian brain to run them, and they also know how economical it is going to be for them if they get the work done from India. So there is a very big demand for this sector in India. This sector is growing and it is bound to grow within next 5 years, 10 years and many times. So of course, it is very beneficial to be a chartered accountant at this point of time wherein the demand for the chartered accountants is growing and we don't have a supply mechanism to increase the numbers at a very rapid pace. Okay. Scope for further studies. I think I explained you over here in detail how further studies can be done over here. You can go to foreign universities or you can go for your UPSC preparations and anything. Now, after being a chartered accountant, you have diverse opportunities. So one of the diverse opportunities that I have already explained you over here, these are the ones. And if you go to any sector, you will definitely find a chartered accountant. Mr. Harish Salve, the Supreme Court advocate, he is also a chartered accountant. Mr. Kumar Mangalam Bella, he is also a chartered accountant. So it is not like that after being a chartered accountant, you need to be in practice, you need to be in job, only then it will be useful. You can go back to your business, you can add a lot of value. Because you see, after being a chartered accountant, you are an expert of financials, who know how to interpret a balance sheet, expert of finance, then expert of law, because you will taught a number of laws. I promise you will love this part. This is my favorite part. You will become an expert of law by reading many laws, and also we have added some more. The institute has currently added some more curriculums wherein you choose a select elective paper and you become an expert or a choice of your own field, so you have a chance to grow. So once you have all these skills, you can understand what a financial statement is, you can manage the finance of your company, you know what the laws are, you are a sector specific person, you can go back to your family business and add the value. If you are a CA, no one will be able to fool you just by going showing you a wrong balance sheet of profit and loss. You will be able to negotiate with banks, you will be able to deal with various law authorities. Of course, we know India is a country of laws. We go for one task, we have to comply by 10 laws at least. So if you are a well known person to how to handle the laws, how to understand the laws, so this is a good choice for you also. Okay, I think it has been too much. I have explained how to become a chartered accountant. If I continue in this video, it will be too long for me, and also I will lose in the contents and the quality. So let's see you in the second part of the video. And I hope you would have liked this video, and do like, comment and share in the comment box of this video to let me know if anything else or more details are to be added. Yes, I am going to tell you what is the stage, what is the exact criteria where you have to go, what kind of form you need to fill, what are the fees that you need to pay, what is the whole process of becoming a chartered accountant, which city is the good one, anything I am going to answer in the further videos. Yes, I have my slides ready with me, but yes, this video will stretch up and make a long way for me to go, and I will lose that point since I'm closing this video at this part. Hope to see you in the next video. Let's see. Bye. Do subscribe and like to my channel. Sorry.